Here is the only anti-cancer meal plan that you'll ever need. I'm giving you a full access look into what I personally eat as a cancer survivor. This meal plan includes specific foods that will help you lower your risk of cancer and a cancer recurrence, and will help you recover from cancer faster. It's time to take the guesswork out of what to eat after cancer. I'm showing you exactly how to build out your day. There are so many myths around food after cancer that even the most brilliant women fall for them. So many fall victim to this, but I don't want you to make the same mistake. So let's put an end to this once and for all so you can feel safe in your body and confident about what you're eating. Your anti-cancer meal plan actually starts even before you start eating for the day. To kick off your day, you absolutely need to start with a full glass of water. Most of us are not drinking enough water, and as a cancer survivor, you definitely need to be hydrated. If you're looking for a way to detox or get the chemo out of your system, then hydrating is the perfect way to do that. After sleeping through the night, you are dehydrated. Sweating out water all night and not drinking anything, you are in desperate need of some hydration. So before you eat or do anything, drink a full glass of water. You really need to get this in. Simple and straightforward, and no one's doing it. Now, after I have my full glass of water, I'm still gonna have a cup of coffee because I love it so much. Now, for breakfast, I have a couple options that I work in, but today we're gonna be doing an egg white omelet with spinach and feta cheese. This breakfast is a really strategic choice for cancer survivors. Here's why. Most cancer survivors struggle with low energy. This is the #1 side effect from cancer or cancer treatment, so if you're struggling with this, you are so not alone. Plus, this was my #1 side effect after my own chemo. I was totally and completely exhausted for months after my chemo. I couldn't really get on with my cancer-free life until I was able to correct my exhaustion. Here is a big piece to how I did that. Eating a high-protein breakfast. Both the egg whites and that low-fat cheese, they're gonna give you a real bump in your protein. I'm also gonna be keeping this meal low in carbohydrates. This is another strategy to really protect your energy throughout the day. You are sensitive to insulin spikes first thing in the morning because you've been fasting all night. So if you eat a high-carb breakfast, which most North Americans do, you're gonna get this spike in your insulin, then a crash later in the day, and also a crash in your energy. Begin your day with a generous cup of egg whites. This is gonna give you the protein you need while keeping it lower in calories. Then add in a cup of spinach. This is gonna give you tons of fiber, antioxidants, and vitamins that you truthfully need as a cancer survivor. This is actually a great option because we can pack in more veggies into our anti-cancer meal plan by putting in spinach. It's really difficult to get veggies into breakfast, so by putting in spinach in your omelet, it's gonna wilt down and you're gonna get a ton of veggies. Spinach is also gonna give you fiber, which lowers your cancer risk. Plus, the antioxidants are much needed for cancer survivors. As a cancer survivor, your antioxidant levels, they're depleted. Your body has been under oxidative stress for a long time, and now we're gonna use your food to bump those antioxidants back up. If your antioxidants stay low after chemo, then you're at a higher risk of getting a cough or a cold from a common germ or bug, but you're also at risk of a cancer recurrence. So we want to actively bump up the antioxidants in your meal plan. Then we're going to top this omelet off with some low-fat cheese, mainly because it's delicious, but also because it's going to be adding in more protein. An ovarian cancer survivor that I work with in the Cancer Freedom Program was really having a hard time finding the time to actually prepare breakfast first thing in the morning. Completely understandable, and so many of us struggle with that. So you can make a very similar recipe into egg bites. By preparing the egg bites on the weekend, you can have them in your fridge, ready to grab and go during the week. Spinach, egg whites, mozzarella, and some spices, and you're ready to go. I include this recipe in 15 cancer recovery recipes for women. Click the link below and you can get your copy for free. To really make this a tasty dish and to add more cancer fighting potential, I eat mine with a side of salsa. Tomatoes include great cancer fighting compounds and they're rich in antioxidants, which make it perfect for cancer survivors. Now that you've had a great anti-cancer breakfast, let's move on to lunch. Most cancer survivors do say they typically eat salad for lunch, but most of them are doing it totally wrong. I do not want you to miss out on boosting up your salad to make it an anti-cancer salad. With a few simple changes, this is gonna make a major difference. Start by building out a nice bed of lettuce. I like to use spring mix or arugula, but kale and red cabbage, those are also great additions. But I have a tough time eating just kale or red cabbage, so I usually mix them in to help with the taste. Then I want you to add 3 different types of veggies to your salad. Each of them needs to be a different color, like bell peppers, tomatoes, and cucumbers. By picking 3 different vegetables that are all different colors, you're boosting up the antioxidants and the types of vitamins that you're getting overall. But we're not stopping there. This next piece is very important to your anti-cancer meal plan. Now, I want you to add 2 different protein sources to your salad. We are infusing this salad with protein. Lots of women tell me that they're still hungry after they eat a salad. It's because you're not adding enough protein to it. Protein is a long-term nutrient, which means it takes a longer time to be broken down and digested, which also means you're gonna be more evenly fueled for a longer period of time. To this salad, I'm adding grilled chicken, and I'm adding 120 grams, which is a little bit more than a chicken breast. This is gonna take some getting used to, but just start by adding more than you typically add. The second protein I'm adding is black beans. Beans are great for cancer survivors. Major cancer prevention guidelines say that beans and legumes lower your risk of cancer or cancer recurrence, so I'm gonna add in beans or legumes as much as I can. I aim for 5 times per week. As a final touch, I whip up some homemade salad dressing, just balsamic vinegar, Dijon mustard, and some Italian seasoning. It's super zangy. If you struggle with low appetite or taste changes after cancer treatment, then adding in some strong flavors like Dijon or balsamic vinegar, it's really gonna make a big difference. Dijon is such a strong flavor, but I also like to use lemon, lime, or garlic. Now, as an afternoon snack, I like to add in a bit of fresh fruit. This is gonna give me some carbohydrates, and I eat a whole apple. I'm also having a half a cup of a low-fat cottage cheese. This is adding in more protein. Cottage cheese is also rich in calcium, which is crucial for the bone health of cancer survivors. For many breast cancer survivors who are concerned about their bone health after cancer because of a side effect of the treatment that they're on, then we definitely need to be concerned about your calcium intake throughout the day. We also added in low-fat cheese in the morning and spinach, so both of those are gonna give you a hit of calcium in the morning as well. If you're wanting to see if you're getting enough calcium from your diet, then check out the calcium calculator. By answering just a few short questions about your diet, it'll give you an estimate about how much calcium you're eating every day. Then you'll know if you're on track. I'll link up the calcium calculator below. Okay, but now for supper. How many times a week are you asking yourself, what am I gonna make for supper? Well, I have your answer right here. We're building out an anti-cancer meal plan that your entire family is gonna love. Start by marinating some chicken thighs. And this doesn't need to marinate for long. But this is my absolute favorite recipe. Everyone in my house loves this. I'll link it up below. Now keep in mind that your portion of chicken thighs is gonna need to be bigger than what you usually pick. Again, we wanna build up your protein. As a side dish, we need some veggies. So let's add in some green beans. Then we also need some carbohydrates, so let's add in some rice. So simple, so easy, it does not need to be complicated. You just need to grab the right ingredients and dig in. Okay, but if you're the type of person who wants to snack more, or you love to snack before you go to bed, then we need to add in some snacks. This is my favorite snack. It is just so satisfying. Dish out a serving of Greek yogurt. Now, a serving is pretty big. It's 175 grams. Then add a scoop of protein powder. I'm adding a scoop of chocolate flavored protein powder here. This is like dessert. Then top it off with a handful of berries. We had blueberries in our fridge, so I'm adding those, and blueberries are packed with antioxidants. I'm adding in some bran flakes, and this is gonna bring up that fiber. Most of us are not eating enough fiber, so I'm just gonna add that in. This is such a tasty treat, especially if you have a bit of a sweet tooth like me. And there you go, a simple and realistic anti-cancer meal plan. I've included the full meal plan below so you can find it there. But now that you know how to set up your anti-cancer meal plan, you also need to know how to set up your targeted exercise routine for cancer remission. It's actually your exercise plan that can reduce your risk of a cancer recurrence by up to 59%. I've linked up the video here, so I'll show you how it's done. Click the link here. I'll see you in the next video.